long list.
I do. I just
Okay,
can't
let's
think.
hear
I
it.
can't think.
Because
Ooh.
you have the female aspect all
D'Angelo,
night.
I think is it Brown Sugar or Lady?
Ooh,
Oh, lady.
I think yeah, it's Lady.
You're
Definitely.
my lady. You're my lady.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that song.
That's a really good song. We didn't play any music Soul Child.
I know. I
Girl.
thought about it after.
I know. Like, oh.
We might play some heading out. We can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, because we
It's
talked
never
about
too late for love.
Never.
It's never too late for love.
So let's get into that. What are some... Okay, you take over.
I mean, you were going to say something. You're going to some. Oh, so today we talked about, what love is to us. So, gentlemen, what is love to you?
Love is a gift to me.
Mm.
You know, not everyone has access to that. And when you do have it, just hold on to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everyone, the inevitable, no one is going to live forever. So when someone is presenting that love to you, recognize it and just hold on to it.
We definitely talked about that today too, which is funny because we were talking about what was that called? That movie, Someone Great, and how that love didn't last forever, but they both decided at the end of the movie that they were great people and had an agreement, and we're just gonna go our separate ways. But that's very important. I like that.
Sure.
He had me overthinking for a minute too. I like that, bro.
Okay.
That was great.
I was over here pondering love is almost like faith and hope. You need it to do a lot of things,
Sure.
and not just in other people or in an aspect, but in yourself. I thought about that India Ari song. I think she said the best love I found is the love inside of me. I think that's how the lyrics go. I was thinking about it as soon as he started saying what he was saying.
Yes.
And it's that's how I feel whenever I'm depressed. Once I'm in love with myself, I can embrace anything.
Of course.
Because it's my superpower.
It sure is. And I was saying earlier, in order to be able to love someone, you have to first love yourself.
True.
Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else.
True.
You can't.
Yep.
Because you're going to bring it to the next relationship you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Is you're always finding
yes, but you know
it's,
what's the biggest problem with
what
that?
is
It's, I was talking to a female one day. She said, we don't know if we're afraid of being alone or we really want this person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this is something subconsciously everyone has to look inside themselves and figure out.
And that comes from attachment, getting too attached
boom.
to
Yeah.
Or
you shouldn't be getting attached
detachment.
to anything.
You have some people who don't have mothers or fathers. And they want that bond with someone out here.
Something or
It doesn't have to be a mom or an uncle, or it could be my significant other. Can she ride for me like my mom or my dad?
Yeah.
Can he ride for me and that's really what it's supposed to be like.
And that's why for that unconditional love. And
That's really
it
what
is.
it's supposed to be like, and that's what I try to give people. It's very hard when you're young and you're still learning yourself. Because when you're young, our general population will try to make you feel a certain way for certain decisions that you make with certain people. But you have to have a strong mindset to know what you're doing for someone or what that person is doing for you. So it's we let a lot of he say, she say crumble a lot of good relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Because thinking that that's what it's supposed to be.
And what people don't understand is the he say, she say is supposed to be there. Once you're going through tough times, that's the relationship you want to be in. Anything that's good forever it's not even real. It's the person that your friendships are only tested when bad things happen.
Just like your love with someone.
Yeah.
Just
so
like the love with someone.
Love has to equate to struggle?
It doesn't. But as far as we're all struggling. So if we come together to make this struggle coexist as one, we need to understand.
Uplift me when I'm down, I lift you
Yes.
up when you're down.
And you have to have this mental perspective of what I'm going through. As a woman or a man, if I don't know, if I've never shared this struggle, I have to try my best to see where I have to put myself in your shoes.
Mm-hmm. Perspective.
Especially if I didn't come from where you come from or went through what you went through. I have to humble myself.
Despite of anything.
Because that's what love is.
Love.
It's unconditional.
compromise.
And that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Compromise.
To a certain extent.
No, it is compromise because if you're only being selfish
Yeah,
in your needs,
exactly.
then
You
you're in a
can't-
relationship by yourself.
But that's what I mean when I say to a certain extent. You don't want to jeopardize yourself for this person. How can you
You're
save
right.
them if you put yourself in a total, like a non-recoupable state? Like you can't even help.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't.
like self-destruct.
Yeah, like I'm gonna better me, so in the
How much
long
are you gonna
run,
give up?
I can come back for you.
But I would
I
only
can.
do that.
I'm
you
that
gotta-
one hand
you
that
have
I
to-
know I'm gonna come back for
But
you.
you would only to me it's only safe to do that if the other person is willing to reciprocate that.
True,
If
but
you're not, then
in my
suicide,
intention,
you
that
know?
in our reality, that's not love. I don't have to just want it back. I don't have to. I'm teaching you something.
No, but
It
you've
doesn't have
learned.
to be
You've
trash.
learned.
That's what we're supposed to do. We're out here for
I'm
is-
teaching you this so your son doesn't run up on my son and gun him down because you didn't know how to teach him love.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I'm gonna teach you love. I'm not no gangster. I just had love,
That's it.
and I know that a lot of my people need it.
Because everybody feels like they need to be reciprocated. Everything
Sure.
doesn't have to be transactional.
I seen the toughest gangsters come to school in Westside and bump Tyrese. Bump.
Just
Oh,
like-
sorry for the N word. My bad. I'm sorry.
So next.
Yes, no, but I definitely get where you're coming from. Love shouldn't be a thing of transaction.
Mhm.
What we are made on this earth, we are put here
To give love.
We're
Yeah.
to give love, to be love, to love others,
And to love ourselves.
and to love ourselves.
Yeah. It's all about that. If you can't, then
Everyone can love.
you'll be in
People choose not to.
in a big loop. That's it. You'll be in a big loop, going through the same problems for years and years.
But yeah. I don't know.
You
Love
guys
is-
believe in romance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's romantic to you guys?
Okay.
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
Unpredictable, like something.
Surprise.
Spontaneous as
Like
hell,
what?
like-
What do you guys like? We really don't know what guys like. We think you just eat and we give you food and you be happy with it.
Like
What
I
do you guys
said,
like?
the thought, just do something like
A
You
guy
know-
wants to feel special the same way a woman
Yeah,
does.
just, you know,
He wants
the
to feel
same
singled out.
The same thing.
Like just
But women leave hints. You
Even if you cooked for me and
Okay.
you know you didn't even tell me and I'm like, whoa, you know, like, alright,
You're
okay,
my favorite.
you know that feels
The thought.
like home.
It's
You
a thought
know,
that counts. Okay.
yes, that feels good.
Like, okay, what's some things that make you feel warm inside that a woman has done for you?
Oh man.
That's nice. I like that question. She's
You know-
opened my aspect to the way women work in good and bad.
Oh, so just opening like that third
Yeah,
eye to
like
understand
all girls aren't money hungry. Some girls do have their own money.
So she made you see the world
Yeah.
through her eyes.
Yeah, some girls really just want you to be like, yo, is you really gonna be there for thick and thin,
Right.
as a friend, as a boyfriend, whatever?
Unconditional.
Yeah, unconditional. And it's like,
no limits.
I think love is not unconditional. Because, you know, even after you
True.
live in a situation, you still have love. You
True.
can't be like,
I think
oh,
we try to find unconditional love or want unconditional love.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah, yeah,
But not all love is unconditional.
It's
yeah.
not.
Some people have conditional.
because you want to know what it is. I
That's
saw a
what you learn.
saying. It said if you're the type of person who can have 100 reasons to leave someone alone, but you have one that keeps you, you're that person that believes in them.
Mhm.
But if they don't do that for you, they don't have the same momentum.
Yeah.
Speak,
Like
Yeah.
someone could cross you 100 times.
Yeah.
I had people say, "Yo, you don't have common sense," because that's common sense, and I'd be like, "What do you mean?"
But common sense isn't common to everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah.
Everyone's so
Because
different.
they'll look at me like you let somebody cross you, then they'll walk in a room and ask a person something obvious that they're, are you on the radio right now?
We know some.
we know rhetorical questions.
And I'd be like, damn, my nigga, you the one with the degree?
Like,
Yo. I'm crying.
yeah. So,
But yeah, we get it. Yeah.
well, no, Jordan has some great words, and that's what's important. But so, Tony, what has someone done that's romantic to you, or you know?
Well, personally, You
Oh, you
know.
gotta
I'm
make
gonna put you on the spot.
He has a Kool-Aid smile on, y'all. You can't see.
Oh, I didn't hear the question. What happened?
But
It was a
you
question.
The same
yeah.
question you had.
Same question you have. Like, what's someone that's romantic?
But
What's romantic?
What's romantic?
see me, my case is a little different. See, my
You can think of something.
no, I have something. I know what it is, and I just know, okay, she's really into me. That made me feel warm inside. But you know,
So
me.
you like to see the mutual.
No. What I'm saying is, I got my feet rubbed, and my feet is ugly.
oh,
My feet.
Touch. That's
Oh
a
yeah,
love
she's
language.
top 5.
Yo,
I see your feet. She top
yes,
5.
Yes, so to me, if you could touch my feet, you really, you really like me. You really like me, or you got some love in there because
That's definitely love, because I don't know what guy's feet I'm rubbing.
yeah.
I had a nice
no, I love my
experience.
boyfriend, but I'm not rubbing his feet.
You
I had
see,
something
you see?
It looked like my
Yeah,
father.
Hear me out, fellas.
It
Hear
looked like
me
my
out.
father.
He said, "Hear me out, fellas." You know, I was about to say the same thing because I had something that a lot of women probably don't even think men would entertain or be like, "Oh, why would you do this for me? This is girly."
What?
Like I had a girl, like she brought me out for Valentine's Day.
That's
Okay,
beautiful.
that's
Like,
Yeah, that's good.
we went to
And how did
the
that make you feel?
like you know your worth as a man, like how a woman is really supposed to approach you
And
yes.
because of from her feedback of what I'm giving, and then just you feel me
To decide
what
to
she
do
brings,
that for you.
yeah, to her extent. It's like you can't. The same way you would see a woman go on Facebook and bash her man, if he's doing the right thing, she will go to any extent to praise him.
yes.
Yep.
She will go to any extent to show him. She will reciprocate. Yo, you're my king. And that's what I felt like. I walked in. We went to massage parlor. We went out to eat hibachi. Feel me? You know it's Valentine's Day. We had a little telly. Feel me? Little roses and you know.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was.
So I'm gonna give her. I'm not
the
gonna take
opposite.
nothing from her. You
Yeah,
feel
that's
me?
usually
Give her all her
Yeah,
credit.
yeah,
Like
You was the one throwing it back, but that's usually how it goes. To hear that a woman did that, that's beautiful.
No,
I'm
that's
like,
really beautiful.
Yeah,
I like to
it
hear that
is.
because one of our topics on our show was we asked a bunch of women on our personal social medias how would they feel about taking a man out on a date. And to hear that, you enjoyed that and that woman did that for you, that's beautiful. Like, I think that should become more common. Us women, well, me,
What's stopping us?
myself. I mean, I would definitely do that for my boyfriend,
that's
or
a good
my
question.
man, my husband, whoever. But even just someone that you're dating, we can be nervous on asking you out on a date, or take my man out on a date.
True.
Like,
and
that's,
it's a reason. Men are very like, who's she asking to take out on a date? Don't she know I will buy her the whole mall? Like I would.
It's ego.
Yeah, it's a lot of
But when I ask the question towards men, if they would want a girl to ask them out, I got no one that said no.
I feel
All
like
of them were
time-
like, yes, I would.
I feel like times have changed.
It's experience. They have to
I feel
meet a
like
guy who's willing to let them take them down that route.
Yep.
Because that would be nice. And it opens a different, vulnerable,
Without feeling discouraged, though, because you have
Yes.
people who do things and they will rub it in your face.
That's
Yes.
I
With
feel like
hidden
times have
intention.
changed. Guys are very
Yeah.
comfortable now, so that's why females aren't as open to do things. you know?
Yes.
They get comfortable from the littlest,
From
tiniest things. From the
You open the
smallest
door
things.
for them and they're sleeping over.
She's right. No,
Guys
she's
are very
right.
comfortable, so it's like
Oh, she's doing this for once? Okay.
so
Okay.
She's going to do it every single time.
Exactly.
You
And
give them an inch and they
So
take them
maybe-
out.
That right
It
there,
makes us
to me,
want to do something for you. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be real. I don't want to be with Basher, but I feel like this is why moms are important.
Yes.
Like,
Knock on wood.
I just went shopping for my mom's birthday. It's on the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to hit Victoria's Secret. Had to hit Bath and Body and get the candles, the lotion set, because this is how my mom raised me.
Yes.
And then that's how you're going to treat your wife or
Yep.
your girlfriend.
This is how my
Yeah,
mom raised me.
but then vice
That's
versa
beautiful.
with the
the
daughters
parents and the parenting, yes.
daughters and no dad. you
There
know?
has to be some type of
Vice
teaching.
versa.
It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Because
you
as
know,
adults, people look at each other like, why they don't know when no one taught them.
Yeah.
And we
Common
cannot,
sense isn't that
we
common.
cannot, we can't look at people like that. They really don't know.
some people don't know any better.
Some
You have
people
to be
have-
more patient to educating because sometimes we think or expect people just to know.
To have the same moral
You have
standards
to
as you.
Have given that same energy.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's like,
you know,
how don't you
I just met you. Like, you can't assume that I know
Ah.
how to react around you.
Right.
I've been exposed to this my whole life. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And I think it's different because of how you're brought up.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
because of
See, for me, for instance,
Like-
I've seen love a lot in my home.
Mm.
My parents,
Yep.
they were married, they were together. My dad was very, very romantic to my mom. I've seen dates. He would make these big Valentine's Day dinners for my mom. Like, I saw all of that. So, what I chose to take, what I saw,
you
put it
take.
into the relationships that I choose to build. And I show romance. I show love. That's how
Yeah.
it is.
yes,
Dang.
For
But
sure,
if you don't
for
see it,
sure.
you don't know.
True.
You can't
That's
be
why we
with
have music,
And it-
music, the movies.
And it isn't real. You have to feel it.
You definitely have
You have to.
You
You
definitely.
you have to make sure it feels real so you can embrace it.
That's why social media is so scary, because people think that because they're sitting behind a screen, they know what it is.
Yep.
But you don't. You know, you haven't experienced it at home, but you think you saw it in a movie, so it's like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, I know what
Fairy
love is.
tales.
That's a fairy tale. You have to experience it on your own, make your own experience out of it.
Like,
Basically,
love and hip hop does not
internalize
help
it.
us.
Nope.
Internalize love. I look great.
It's all drama. It's
You said.
it makes people think they need drama to have an exciting life.
Yes, or like needs the back and forth, the chaos.
You get
That's
used-
not love.
You get used to smelling the doo doo. It's like, yeah, we love the
Yeah, you need
BS.
the
We love the
dysfunction.
BS. Where's the
Yeah.
BS?
You
Right.
need
It-
the dysfunction.
It's
I think
not-
in my last relationship, I think that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
Some drama.
Sometimes it's like that.
You gotta get away.
That's what they need to be entertained. Is
And they're
the drama.
masochists.
But I had
Oh, this relationship is too boring. Let me pick an argument with this person.
I remember I had a
Come
friend. I literally had a friend. So like me and my boyfriend, we don't really argue. We disagree, but we disagree because we want to hear each other's side of the story.
Mm.
But I had a friend who was like, oh, you guys don't argue. He gonna cheat on you. I'm like, you serious? Are you seriously talking like that? Oh, we need something to spice it up. You guys don't argue. That's whack. I'm like, I guess. But you're used to dysfunction, obviously.
Right.
You know. So don't
Love is not
project.
supposed
People
to be
like to
dysfunctional.
project.
Yeah.
You know, we project on everybody. Everyone projects unconsciously. Sorry to say it.
Yep.
So he was projecting on me that I need this functional relationship for it to be a real relationship. And I don't believe in that.
No, you don't. There's ways of communication.
Yes,
Just
that's
like
the
you two
biggest
have developed
part.
Your own way of communication. It's like you said, you're not speaking it as being an argument. You're speaking it as being a disagreement. We just don't agree. Arguing is fighting and saying the same thing over and over and over again. And you guys are just choosing not to.
We disagree. but
We're
we
just
understand.
coming to
You
a
wanna
standing of
understand
comprehension. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's
That's
how you
it.
are, that's how I am.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
But we're going to meet in the middle.
Yep.
And if you're not willing to compromise, then I'm going this way. That's it.
And that's selfish. That's not.
What do you mean? That's selfish?
No. Okay. I say compromising for
It's
the
a vital
benefit.
relationship.
Of,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a part of
for the
relationship.
The relationship.
It's vital.
But if
wanna
you
be
aren't
with someone,
willing-
you're gonna be like, okay.
But if you aren't willing to do that, why am I still here? Like, that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
You mean how much you got to put on the line for somebody?
Yeah, like,
Mm.
am I
That's
going
even
to
for-
sell
like,
my
yeah, no.
soul, a piece of my soul? Like, it's not
And
about
you know what's
easy
crazy
soul.
about that? What she said? Some people really want to see that.
I know.
Some people really want to see you end up in a certain predicament to know that you're there for them.
Hmm.
The last
Because
minute,
that's
the
what
last
they're
straw,
used to.
and that's all they know.
Yeah.
They know how
They're used
to
seeing their
appreciate.
arms and legs.
Yes,
They're used to seeing, it's just, you know.
It's-
You have to have to understand family dynamics before you even get serious with somebody.
true.
That's true. Yeah.
Damn, I think that's really important.
Like, I think that's very important.
Like knowing a
Getting-
person's
That's what
background.
I'm saying. Like getting to know someone before doing that.
Being
Being
friends
in a relationship,
first.
bringing friends.
You have to be friends first.
Dating.
I don't see
Dating.
relationships that you just rush into. I haven't seen them last. I haven't saw one last yet.
Or last long, or last
Last long.
enough to have
Yeah.
something solid.
Yeah.
The foundation isn't, it has to be strong. But nowadays, it's just...
So you know, so you learn
It's just
someone's
attraction.
background. So you learn what they've seen,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you time to teach them. You know.
Nowadays it's just attraction. Physicality is love.
And that's what I was about to ask
like
you.
Me, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
Is
It's
a
like you know, giving time
There's
to
no,
get to know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just recently did that. I messed up
You're
doing
cute.
that.
You're cute. Yeah.
Yeah, we found
Yeah.
each other cute.
Let's
we,
be
you know,
cute.
That's what I was about to ask you. My next situation.
we was lit together, so.
what if it's based off the same things? Like, what if it's based off the same things, like flaws you guys grew up on?
I don't think. Okay, so me personally, sometimes I don't think that's healthy because it's like, what is it? Bonding over trauma or bonding over
Have you
things
ever heard of traumatic relationships?
I've been in a bonding over trauma relationship, and overall, we learned that you can't go on like that. You know, we're bonding over dysfunction. We're bonding over
the fact that we had these bad things happen to us, and we're just drowning in that.
Yeah, and that's not going to keep your relationship strong.
But
Because you're going to keep having to come back to that basis.
you're right. What I would say is in a different perspective, like, what if we use this as something to propel us to move into a positive direction?
Yes, and that's what it made me realize what I wanted in the next relationship, what I wanted from the next love, what I wanted from love.
Yeah.
You know what you want.
My preferences,
You know?
yeah.
That's it. You know what's not for you, and you know what you want.
But guys,
You know your worth.
our show is slowly coming to
It's
an
slowly
end.
coming to it, and I love these great conversations we have with our guests. We hope to have you again, as well as 20 Card
Thank you.
again. Always a pleasure to have you. And I'm going to close this out with our quote of the day. You've got to dance like there's nobody's watching, love like you've never been hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. That's William W. Perky. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to 20-somethings this evening. And yeah. That was good.
We're out.
I'm so sorry I caused bad word. I'm so sorry I caused bad word.
Yeah, you was wildin'.
I got a little too comfortable.
I know.
Toilet, brother.
I got a little too comfortable.